In May of 2015, after Koji Igarashi left Konami, started a Kickstarter for a spiritual successor to his original game, Symphony of the Night. Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night passed its goal of $500,000 and surpassed its stretch goals, ending with over $5,500,000. Cha-ching. However, one of its stretch goals was a short game that takes place before Ritual of the Night. But when gameplay for Ritual was first shown at E3 2016, there was no mentioning of the game, and most of the focus was on Ritual. And then on May the 12th of this year, Inti-Create, the creators of Gunvolt, announced that they will be doing the prequel game, and luckily it would release a week and 2 days later for the PC, PS4, PS Vita, Nintendo Switch, and the Nintendo 3DS. But the Xbox One seems to be not available in the UK, so X1 players will have to wait for it to release later. But will this starter be enough to satisfy your anticipation for the main course? Welcome to the HUD everyone, I'm Zacharoni, and today I'll be your waiter who will be going through some of the features the game had to offer. So without further ado, please be seated, and here are the toppings on Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon. Here's what you just need to know about the premise for Curse of the Moon. You follow Zangetsu, who has been given a curse called the Moon Curse, and now he's on a quest to hopefully remove the curse that he was given by slaying every demon in his way. Okay, on to the game structure now. Curse of the Moon is a straightforward 2D platformer, similar to the Castlevania games of the NES era, where you get from point A to point B, ultimately ending with a boss fight. Before you start the game, you have to pick a save file and then a difficulty. For the hardcore, there is Veteran mode, where Zangetsu can get hitbacks when touching enemies or projectiles, and you have a set number of lives to keep an eye on. Otherwise, you have to start over the stage from the beginning. However, Casual mode removes the features that I mentioned in Veteran mode, so you can enjoy the game without throwing your controller across the room. And along the way, you run into 3 other characters from the upcoming Ritual of the Night that will help you on your journey. These include Miriam, the whip wielder, Alfred, the professional alchemist, and G-Bell, the shapeshifter. And you control them all at once and switch them out during gameplay, each with their own separate health bar. But if one of them is down, then you can't play as them until you've beaten the stage they were on, and if they are all down, then you lose a life and you start at the nearest checkpoint. But to make things more interesting, Curse of the Moon also added multiple paths to each level, and some of those paths have special items that can increase your character's health, strength, and magic potions. But some of them can only be accessed if you have a character that can get to it. However, if you want to return to a previous stage, you can pause the game and activate the Curse of the Moon, where you can select a stage that you previously completed. However, if you go back to that stage, then all the characters and the special items that you have acquired will be permanently removed from you until you collect them again. Luckily though, once you complete the game on your first playthrough, you unlock a second mode where you play as the 3 characters that you have met on your journey. And not only you can access to those hidden areas in the first 3 stages, but also the bosses have been given new attack abilities to keep you on your toes. Seeing that this is a prequel to Ritual, they decided to go for a 8-bit style that is similar to the Castlevania games on the NES, so you could say that this is a spiritual successor to those games really. Options, however, are limited. You only get to change the text language from English to Japanese, and as for PC players, they can only alter the resolution from X1 to X4 and set the viewing mode from full screen to Windows. Anyone who knows Castlevania 1 to 3 will probably have an idea on how it plays, but those who don't, here's what you need to know. Each character can attack with their standard weapons, use sub-weapons like a mace and triple daggers, but you have limited magic to use them. which is presented on the top right corner. So you have to keep an eye out for magic potions to refill it, and breaking purple lamps drop another weapon for you to pick up, but it will replace your previous weapon that you were using before. Next up, I'm going to explain the jumping mechanics in full detail. Now you might know some 2D side-scrollers that allowed you to move slightly when pressing it on its own. However, in Curse of the Moon, you have no control while in the air, and pressing it while moving allows you to do a quick leap forward, which is vital because when a flying monster comes at you and you jump over it while on a moving platform, only for you to drop to your doom because you didn't plan your jump timing. As for the 4 characters, you can switch them out on the fly by pressing a button or key, and they all play very differently. Zangetsu has a short range but quick sword slash, while Mirian has a whip attack that is slower than Zangetsu's but has good long range and can jump higher than the other characters. Alfred may have the shortest and slowest up close attacks, but his main strength is his magic, which is tied to the sub-weapons. He can form a fire shield for protection and can freeze enemies in front of him, and they can be used as platforms to reach impossible areas. Finally, there is Jibel, who can turn into a bat to fly across the environment, but one touch from enemies or projectiles will instantly turn him back to normal, and it can use a lot of your magic potions when using it. Curse of the Moon will cost you £8.99 for PC, Nintendo Switch and Nintendo 3DS, but £7.99 for PS4 and the Vita, which comes with 15 achievements and trophies. As for storage, it will take 500MB on PC and 50MB on PS4 and Nintendo Switch. The Vita version requires 2000KB, but you need a memory card to run the gameplay, and the 3DS will need 145 blocks for space. Well, that's some of the features I can tell you right now, but if there are some that I have missed out, let me know in the comments, and I hope this will give you an idea of what you'll be getting for your money. Check back with me after the end of the month and I'll tell you what I think of Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon, and all the other games I've been playing. And if you like what you see, be sure to like, share and subscribe to my channel. But until then, I'm Zacharoni. Enjoy your pizza, and I'll see you next time.